Behind the stone and swagger of Delhi Sultanate lies a darker ledger of whispered affairs, wine-soaked revelry, treacherous midnights, and coups staged in silk-draped rooms. Chroniclers of the time wrote as much about passion and paranoia as they did about policies and battles. Were Delhi sultans guardians of empire, or prisoners of their own vices? Tonight, we open the court diaries, forbidden favorites, assassinations dressed up as royal embraces, economic crackdowns that starved profiteers, and experiments so wild they nearly broke the state. And in the end, a thunder of cannon at Panipat, 1526, when the line of sultans snapped. A general turned king, Qutb al-Din Aibak anchored Muslim rule in North India after his Ghurid master's death. He began the Qutb Mina, a victory tower beside the Quwwat-ul-Islam Mosque, finished by his successor. Whatever the courtly gossip, his lasting indulgence was architecture, a legacy that still rules Delhi's skyline. Iltutmish brought order. He leaned on the Ikta system to pay troops and stabilize revenue and tamed the overmighty nobles. In a move that shocked his court, he designated his daughter Razia as heir, a principled bet on merit over bloodline politicking. Razia ruled capably in armor and turban, defying gendered expectations. Chronicler Minhaji Siraj praises her governance, yet court gossip fixated on her closeness to the Abyssinian officer Yaqut, a rumor weaponized by rivals. Whether romance or smear, it fueled rebellions that toppled a rare woman on Delhi's throne. Balban answered chaos with blood and iron. He crushed the oligarchic 40, tightened the spine and exalted royal majesty to keep grandees in line, a stern antidote to the factionalism that had devoured earlier reigns. But power's pendulum swings. After Balban, youthful heirs and pleasure courts returned, and with them, vulnerability to palace intrigue. Seen as soft by some nobles, Jalal-ud-Din forgave rebels until forgiveness met its limit. In 1296, he approached his nephew Alauddin in good faith and was assassinated during a staged welcome, one kiss, one signal, two sword strokes, and the crown changed heads. Alauddin was empire on overdrive. Ranthambore, Chittor, Gujarat, Devagiri, riches poured in. But his most shocking scandal wasn't lust, it was control. He froze prices, ran state granaries, policed weights, and flogged hoarders to keep a huge army paid in cash. Chroniclers Barani and Amir Khusrau agree the policy worked, though they disagree why: public welfare or military necessity. Either way, Delhi's bazaar had never been so terrifying or so affordable. Medieval chronicler Barani alleges that Sultan Mubarak Shah elevated his favorite Khusrau Khan and that intimacy and favoritism corroded court discipline. Soon after, Khusrau Khan led a coup and had Mubarak murdered. Remember, Barani wrote with clear biases, but his narrative shaped the scandal's infamy for centuries. A soldier king who tried to rediscipline the state? Ghiyas died suddenly beneath a collapsing pavilion. Accident or plot? The sources split. But the throne passed to a mind both brilliant and disastrous. He minted token currency of base metal to match silver's face value. Counterfeiting exploded and the scheme collapsed. He ordered a capital shift to Daulatabad, moving Delhi's elite south. An idea with logic on paper that broke hearts and backs in practice. Even admiring travelers were baffled. Later, historians called him eccentric, but also precise in taxation and fiercely intellectual. If scandal has a rival, it's legacy. Firoz Shah built relentlessly. Palaces, mosques, public works, irrigation canals, and left Delhi dotted with stone signatures. His reign softened some punishments, expanded welfare and endowments, and institutionalized courtly protocol. A different kind of indulgence. Monumental statecraft. Yet no grandeur stopped Timur's sack in 1398. The Sultanate reeled, the Sayyids kept a precarious hold, and the Lodis rose among Afghan chiefs, holding a patchwork realm together with grit and family quarrels. Under Ibrahim Lodi, nobility resented centralization, Afghan chiefs split, diplomacy frayed. The empire that once terrified Mongols are now feared its own mirrors, and on the northwest frontier a new storm gathered. 21st April 1526, Panipat. Babur arrives with mobile field guns and disciplined Tulugma tactics. Ibrahim Lodi brings numbers, elephants and pride, but not a plan for gunpowder. Hours later, Delhi's line is broken, Ibrahim lies dead, and the Delhi Sultanate is over. In its place rises the Mughal age, forged by smoke and steel. So what were the scandals of sultans? Some were wine and whispers, some were murders in moonlight, some were policies that shocked the bazaar, and some were simply myths sharpened by enemies. But empires rarely fall from a single sin. They wear down under the combined weight of court rivalries, brave but broken experiments, and times that change faster than rulers can. The Delhi Sultans left India architecture and administration, poetry and priceless, and the cautionary tale that power is never just on the battlefield. It's in the shadows of the court, too.